yo. Yeah. The picture's in. Yeah, taking a picture of that. I don't think he's taking a picture.
Time in these waters moves at a different pace to the outside world.
Liam, from you, I need another fish and chips. Can I get a vegan burger, one regular burger? Fast as you can with that, Damo.
All the other times I've been to prison, I've never had any opportunity like this.
This is going to obviously be to the next level. All eyes are going to be on you.
Don't forget, there is a stigma attached to being in a prison, being a prisoner and all this. Not everybody believes in redemption and forgiveness.
If we just lock people up and throw away the key, what does that say about society? Everybody deserves that second chance.
In 100 years' time, people will look back on this era and they will judge us for the decisions that we make.
It was like, oh, here we go.
My name's Nick. I'm the hospitality and catering tutor at HMP Lincoln. So my job consists of ensuring that men on my course are prepared for the possibility of employment in the hospitality sector upon release. When I told my friends and family I was going to work in prison, they were a little bit like, oh, that's a bit different. I think I told my grandma and she nearly had a meltdown. They can see how much I enjoy it and how rewarding it is as well.
Yo. Yeah. The picture's in. Yeah, taking a picture of that. I don't think he's taking a picture.
Lincoln Prison last year was 150 years old. So for over 150 years, Lincoln has been protecting the public and reducing reoffending in different ways as well.
Reducing reoffending is incredibly important to society because reoffending is essentially a social harm. It harms individuals, victims and offenders, and it harms society, it harms communities. Reducing reoffending is also very important because prisons are very, very expensive places. And the cost associated with reoffending is something that prison reformers have been dealing with for the past 200 years.
The Right Course is a charity set up by myself and Fred Sirieix, and we use our experience to open training restaurants within prison so that we can help reduce reoffending. Fred is a fantastic asset for us as a charity. He's very much the driving force. But more importantly, it's about him setting a standard for what hospitality is and his passion that it's a great industry to go in and work into. So we've got 12 weeks to open this new space at HMP Lincoln, our new training restaurant run by prisoners. There's great expectation from both the team here and obviously our partners, PeoplePlus, who are going to help deliver the training course here. Anybody who's ever opened a restaurant in the outside world, it's tough to get a restaurant open. So everybody's got to work really hard. We want to make sure that this restaurant is a great success and that everybody who comes here is going to have a great meal and really enjoy the experience.
Right, lads. How are we? So this is sort of the beating heart of the kitchen itself. When we first came in, this was just stacks and stacks of Walker's crisps and Sprite from the tuck shop that they were using. So that's all this space was. It was wasted. It was just used to sell chocolate bars and crisps. That's all it was. But I mean, we've worked quite hard. There's still quite a long way to go. So yeah, so this is the true back of house area. Notice that this is a little bit different. Obviously, this reminds you of the environment you are with these two lock boxes, one here and one behind you. So we are in a prison. All tools have to be locked away. The knife did go missing. It means the guys can't move. That's been an investigation and stuff like that. So it does bring you back down to earth a little bit and remind you that you're not just in Bertie's Bistro, the nice cafe. You are at HMP Lincoln. Yeah, so there's always been something here, a staff canteen, but I think it's been empty for years. The space itself, they just use it to be able to do a tuck shop. We're waiting on the table delivery. The tables will turn up when they turn up. Obviously, if it gets to the day that we said that we're going to open the restaurant, I don't have any tables, I'll be a little bit panicky, yeah. But right now is making sure that these guys are in the best position possible for them to succeed.
So what you've got to think about with Bertie's is that it is a training restaurant for prisoners to, once again, to learn the vocational skills, get the qualifications, prepare them for getting jobs in hospitality when they leave prison. It's in visits in our visits room. So there was a counter service that was there for visitors and for prisoners when they were in coming on their domestic visits. There certainly wasn't any talk about a sit-down restaurant area like there is now, and I think that's the big difference. We still do the counter service for the visits, but now we've got the restaurant service there. So that's a really significant jump, I think, for a prisoner to be able to sit and have a meal with his family on visits. But it's a staff facility as well, so it's really nice that we've got a high-quality facility for staff to use when they're on duty. I've got a really good group of staff at HMP Lincoln, and we want them to feel valued and to develop something for them to be able to get some good quality food and drink when they're at work.
So we work with the prison to go through a selection process of who can come onto the course. They don't necessarily have any skills to begin with because that will be all taught on the course. But we look obviously at security issues, making sure that they're enhanced prisoners. All our learners are, are vetted and gone through, and so we're confident that given the right skills, they'll make great employees.
These guys are fed up now. You tend to find that at about 40 plus. Somebody who's made not this their life, but this is what's happened, whether the system's failed them, whether they've just got stuck in the loop. That they get to this point in their life and they genuinely want to better themselves. And that's the sort of group that we've gone for. Morning. Morning. How are we? Oh, always on a Friday. Silvestri! Thank you, Mulgrew!
Hi, my name's Mr. Silvestri. I'm 42 years of age. Signing up for these courses, it's like taking yourself out of the jail. You get to interact with normal people and work with normal people in a normal working environment. So it prepares you for when you're getting out of jail to better yourself into a job.
Okay, clear for that.
What are these lot doing there this hour in the morning?
Just for you, Dave, that's what they're doing. Just for you. So when I first saw them all together, I noticed there was quite a lot of big personalities in there. Seeing their excitement is definitely something that I knew I could work with to sort of gel them into one big functioning team.
How are you guys this morning? Oh yeah, you right? Yeah.
Don't get the camera shy, you never shy.
No.
Yeah, please.
I'm a jam. They do a lot of stuff, but like nothing like this course in it. I got speaking problems, so it helps me to like speak to people and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's just good, man.
I think everybody's watched Prison Break and stuff like that, and they have in their head their idea of the Hollywood prisoner. But they're just blokes at the end of the day. Some of them have made sillier mistakes than others, but quite often you work with men who genuinely want to make a change.
Any notes that you want to take during this, be my guest.
Wet your hands over warm running water and add soap.
Seriously learning how to wash now.
Rub your hands together.
So the most important things you need to remember.
Push the back of both hands.
On the first day, it was interesting to see sort of their reaction to it. It's always good to sit and exam on your first day. There was, somebody like Mr. Warburton, who's just desperate for knowledge all the time.
In 6 months' time, yeah, or say 12 months' time, if you can keep in touch with any roles and see how many others have actually got jobs. Do you know what I mean? My name's James Warburton, I'm 37. I've had a drug problem since I was like 19, 20, since 2009. There's not been a year gone past where I've not been in jail. I used to just come to jail, didn't do anything. This time I've gone to education, obviously I spoke to Nick, and this is how I ended up on this course. So I thought, I'll give it a try, do you know what I mean? Well, why not, basically?
I suppose when the prison first opened, 150 years ago, a lot of it was very much about keeping prisoners occupied and making the prison as self-sufficient as it could be.
English justice has its roots in concepts and ideals that are centuries old. It is a living thing, moulded and shaped by time.
In the early 19th century, the focus was on punishment and deterrence. The idea was that people who entered prison should not gain any advantage. Prisons were becoming overcrowded. People were very concerned that they were nurseries of crime, and hence the rise of the idea of reformation, or what we would call today rehabilitation. First of all, they wanted to prevent prisoners from being idle, because idle prisoners were dangerous. They might get up to mischief and cause trouble. The other reason was that they wanted to punish prisoners, and here we have the sentence of imprisonment with hard labour, the idea that it should be hard, it should be penal. The other idea was to use labour as a form of rehabilitation or reformation, to teach people to work, and also, in the best cases, to provide them with skills that they could use outside the prison.
When you get onto Bertie's course, it's a mixture of all wings. So we sat down, talked to each other, get to know each other a bit of team bonding. Once you get through that first week, you're into the Bertie's kitchen.
Just sort of jog your memory with it. Oh yeah. As somebody who's worked in the industry, when you get told that Fred's obviously going to be involved, it's quite cool. So before we all opened, you really wanted to talk to the guys.
Hey, how are you guys?
There we go.
Thank you very much for making the call. Everybody's been telling me how amazing you have been, how engaged, how excited you have been with the program. When you enter into something like you are entering into, guys, it's all about your enthusiasm, it's all about your energy and your drive and your desire to learn and to make something out of what you're doing. And this is what we're doing at the right course. It's about teaching you the art of service, the art of hospitality, the art of cooking.
It's nice to see them all leaning forward and really just listening to everything they have and just nodding and believing what he's saying. Quite often, sometimes belief in here is a little bit shattered, a little bit broken.
We want every single one of you to be the dog's bollocks. We want you to be the best. We want you to come out and get a job, and we will work to help you find a job. If you want to succeed in this industry, hand on my heart, you will succeed.
If you like what you do, you never work a day in your life. If you love what you do.
That's what they say. Yeah. That's what they say. Yeah, it's true.
Chatting with a guy that I've seen on TV. Surreal. Comes across as a decent guy as well.
Listen, have a good day. I'm going to have a pina colada.
Cheers, Fred. Top guy. Oh, mate, he's a diamond, that guy.
If he can get where he is, it shows that any of us can. Because it's like he said, he started off just by polishing plates, which I was shocked.
Polishing knife and forks.
Yeah, that was nice where he was, wasn't it?
They came off that call buzzing. You know, they were dead pleased with being able to speak to them. Obviously, that's somebody they've seen on telly, so they've got a lot of admiration for him, but also beneath the surface, somebody who's worked in the industry for a long time. So having a chat with him, I think, probably helped them understand the course a little bit more and just, yeah, G them up, get them a bit excited, ready for that first service.
I'm Andy Burton, I'm the Deputy Governor here at HMP Lincoln. In fact, I'm the outgoing Deputy Governor because it's my last day here at Lincoln after 30 years of service. I've had the absolute honour that this new project has been named after me, so the name of Bertie's, me being Andy Burton and my nickname often being Bertie, they're actually named it after me, which I was really touched with actually.
Once we were finally able to move on to the job stuff, whilst we weren't open yet, it was great because then you can sort of offer the free stuff out to staff. So it's just like simulating that table environment and doing that full service.
Right, everyone put your arms in the middle. After three, say Bertie's. 1, 2, 3, Bertie's! Right, come on lads, let's have a good service. Liam, from you, I need another fish and chips. So I get a vegan burger, 1 regular burger.
Yeah, Coke or Pepsi or anything like that. Coke.
You don't have Pepsi, you have Coke.
Yeah, that's fine.
Have you got like a Coke Zero?
Not
Diet Coke or Diet Coke?
We do have that, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you recommend the oat milk? want any mush pizza work, Chef?
Service! Ready to go. That's to go with this as well, please.
It's stressful, but it's just because it's brand new, innit? So until we get used to it, it'll be alright. Hopefully it'll go a bit smoother. There's not enough room, as you can tell. There's too many of us flying about too much.
Whatever is stacking trays up there, can they do it properly? Because that just landed straight on my foot.
You okay, Matty? You okay?
No, I'm not.
What can I do to help? What do you want? Do you want to take 5? Are you alright? My job first is an educator, but you sort of got that second job, keep everybody safe, but also try and help these men be able to work in a team, to be able to express their feelings and things like that. Being able to provide that space for somebody to decompress, go sit for 5 minutes, have a glass of cold water, breathe, and then come back into the fold.
Out of the way for me, please, Butcher. Don't like the way that's presented.
Right, fish and chips, table 2, yeah? Don't forget to apologise for the rain. Yeah. We only get half an hour for lunch.
Yeah.
But booked in at 10 to, we didn't get served till 4:30.
Yeah.
So that's our half hour.
I had a burger, very nice, burger and chips with a bit of coleslaw and salad, very nice.
Boys, we've got one more table to go!
Hip hip hooray!
Last table, 1:13:10. 2 burgers and a cheese omelette. Well done, boys!
The feedback is really positive. Everybody said the quality of food they're really impressed with. For their first service, they've all done really well. Front of house seems to have kept everybody happy, and everybody's been appreciative of the fact that this is a training venue, really. And you know, it's the first ever service, so it's not going to be perfect. I think it's closed down. Time for some lunch for the boys and a nice cold Coke for me.
Doing it, first of all, for me, because obviously I want to like hopefully when I get out, try and work somewhere or start my own thing. And obviously I've got a child as well, so I want to do it for her as well. So basically this is it, this is my home. You have to be behind your door, certain times you go out to work, whatever. Family and friends are definitely the 2 things that I miss the most.
She like sends them in?
Yeah, she sends them in. She actually sent me some the other day. So you send it through this thing called free prints, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they just come in it, and then that's it.
Cute, man.
Yeah, she is cute.
Do you have like a favourite picture?
Obviously, the favourite pictures I put up here, I've got quite a lot of pictures down there, but the favourite ones that I choose are up here, innit?
Bonds with family and friends, outside connections are absolutely fundamental to the process of rehabilitation. They allow people to reintegrate into society, to have some kind of network, some kind of support system. This has been well recognised in history too, including in the 19th century, where rules about letters and visits were really kind of agonised over by penal officials. On the one hand, they tried to limit as much as possible in order to make it part of the punishment, when they realised that that had gone a bit too far in some cases, and they were very keen to help people maintain those links with family and friends. It's one of the reasons why they taught prisoners who couldn't how to write, in order to help them to communicate with their family and loved ones outside the prison.
I was having a look through your portfolio on your restaurant. It looks absolutely beautiful.
Thanks very much, yeah. Thank you.
You told me about you coming in, and
okay,
I can't wait. They probably want to show you a few things as well. I'm really proud of what they're doing.
No. Ciao guys, how are you?
Brilliant,
I'm Francesco, nice to meet you.
My name is James.
Nice to meet you, James.
Damien.
Nice to meet you, Francesco.
So one of the successes of the Right course is bringing in individuals from the hospitality sector to go in and train all our learners and impart some skills.
My name is Francesco, and I've been working in hospitality for about 25 years.
Oh, chef, all right, this is your kitchen?
Yeah, so it's nice and easy.
So what I do have some food with me.
Yeah.
So today,
What
we
we doing?
prepare Italian lasagna.
Yeah, okay, nice.
And lasagna is one of my favorite dishes that you can make it, because you can vote everyone. Someone put the bechamel, someone prepare the tomato sauce.
Yeah, let me see.
Just what is it what you brought in? That
Okay,
bechamel,
what we have here, homemade bolognese.
Yeah.
All right? Homemade bechamel sauce, okay? Parmesan cheese and the lasagna sheet. All right.
Lay it out.
Yeah, you put a little bit bechamel, like that. Can you see what I do, yeah?
Yeah.
Put a little bit tomato sauce here, just a little bit, yeah? Good. A little bit more. Yeah? All right, now we take one lasagna like that. All right? Done. I do the first step, you do the second one.
He's been a cool guy, man. He's had a laugh with us and that. We've all been back having a chat with him. He's a nice guy, yeah.
Don't forget, guys, you need to take confidence with the tools in the kitchen, because you're gonna work every day now. Take tools. Don't be afraid. Look.
It'll come to you
Comes with time, comes with time.
Yeah, that's good. That's nice.
This guy's worked in the kitchen for 25 years.
Almost.
Almost, yeah.
Be in the restaurant.
We've not even been in here 25 days yet. It looks like you know what you're doing, bro. You do actually look like you know what you're doing as well.
Matty watches, that's why.
Is this good parmesan though, yeah? Good quality?
Yeah.
Bit more?
Not cheap stuff?
Yeah. Nah.
Can't eat it if it's cheap. Makes my cheeks go red.
Nah, it's ready. Everything is good. Guys, I think this is ready.
Perfecto.
Perfecto.
Alright.
45 minutes, okay?
Yep.
What time is it?
What time is it now? It's 12 o'clock, so by quarter.
Bottom 12.
Yeah, I think lasagna is ready.
Yeah.
Welcome to my world.
You built that, boys.
You did that? You did?
You built it. Yeah, well done.
Well, I did the top layer, that's why, do you know what I mean? It does look
Is that why it looks better?
Yeah. When we cut it open, we'll see that the top layer looks far superior to everyone else.
Okay, how many people are gonna have a lunch? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's about 2 hours. So you do half.
Yeah.
So 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. Check. Okay.
It's really nice. Isn't it? I can tell he knows what he's doing. That top bit tastes especially nice, don't you think? Do we a bit of a side salad though?
Boys, while we're tucking in, well done. Yeah, that was class. You're all working together there, yeah. Really well done.
This was one of the real first things that they'd cooked together. You know, obviously we'd done the burgers, we'd done breakfast and stuff like that, but like a real dish to have as a family meal kind of thing. Like I was saying there, well done boys, you're the one who've produced this, you've built that. You could sort of see in the back of their eyes when they look at it and thinking, oh my God, that actually looks really nice. Like I did that.
Work as a team, yeah.
Yeah. We are a unit, mate.
Coming up to the launch, on the operations side of things, we were short a few things. The most important thing was the till. We can't really operate as a business without without a till or anything like that.
It was just getting into the swing of things. People know what they're doing, learning it, everyone's enjoying it.
We actually felt like we could do this, not just in jail. When we get out, it's not going to be as hard as what we thought it was.
My thoughts and feelings up until the launch was just take each day as it comes. Obviously, you've got that in the back of your mind, thinking we've got this big day coming up, we need to be ready for it. Is there extra prep that we need to do? you know, are the lads going to be able to handle it? It's a lot of pressure on them, but just trying to take each day as it comes, rather than focusing on that, you know, building their confidence up, building their skills up, so that when it was the launch, that they could just walk it.
Well, obviously we're just gonna take it as a normal day and hopefully show Fred what we've learned.
I don't know why I'm nervous, to be honest. I shouldn't be really, because I just want to stand out, innit, I suppose.
He's got very high standards. I think one of the things that we're really conscious about with this restaurant is that it has got the right course and it's got Fred's name on it. So we've all got a vested interest in making this work.
This is going to obviously be to the next level. All eyes are going to be on you. Me and Jane have drafted our arses off for this. We worked really, really hard, so we want it to go well, but this is a fantastic opportunity for you guys as well. It's going to be tight. It's going to be like working in industry. Ready? Yeah. Excited? Oh, sure. Right, I'll go lock the back doors and then we'll get cracking.
It was like, oh, here we go.
Hello.
That was a bit weird, really. Obviously, seeing him on TV and then there he's there in your working environment in the jail. It's like, oh, he's actually here. He wasn't bluffing.
Hi. Morning. Hello. Hello. How you doing, guys? Are you alright?
My name's James.
Good to see you. How are you?
He didn't like speak in a way where he thought he was up there, like he was alright guy, man.
So one thing, guys, remember the people out there, you know, we need to impress them. But you need to impress them. Impress them with your sense of hospitality, your work, your professionalism, your smile, your eye contact. Make sure that you engage, you connect with people. You know, don't forget, there is a stigma attached to being in a prison, being a prisoner and all this. Not everybody believes in redemption and forgiveness. It's up to you to prove them that this is the reason why we're doing this, because look at us. We're good at what we do. We are proud. You know, we're going to deliver you an amazing experience. I'm here because I believe in it and because I want it to work.
It was like just having a chat with a normal guy, do you know what I mean? It weren't like speaking to I don't know what speaking to a famous person is like, but it was just like chatting with a normal guy.
So, see you in a bit. No problem, guys. Enjoy, huh? Good luck for the service. Thank you, man. Thank you. Cheers. See you in a bit. Take care. The team is incredible. They are so enthusiastic and their welcome was incredible. I think that they are so proud and so excited of being part of the first team at the right course here. But I think that they love what they're doing and they love the opportunity, and I think they want to make the most of it. Always put your body away, because these drinks here, if you do it like that and you trip, you're going to cover him with the drink. Make sure that these plates are not moving and the food is in the middle of the plate. How many people are on next table? 4? 5. So you need to have 5 plates.
He's like, do this, and it's like, just chill, innit? Like, we did learn a lot, so like, even now when we serve people, I still remember what he says, like.
He expected a lot from us. He's the guy with the knowledge. He's done well, so he knows what he's talking about.
He didn't know what you were doing, you didn't know what he was doing, and you didn't know what he was doing. You need to know what you're all doing. What table is next? We need plates, guys, come on. We need 20 plates. Can we have 20 plates now? Picking up drinks, always with a tray, never with your hands. Only the cowboys work with their hands. I've done this job since I'm 16 years old, and I loved it. I've traveled the world. I've gone from being a kitchen porter to running multi-million-pound businesses. And it's about running a restaurant to a vision, to a set of values, to clear objectives, with the very simple objective of guest satisfaction. And it's very important here, especially because this is a visitor center. So to create an experience where the kids who are going to come and visit their dad here have a very different experience and memory,
and so that they can change the narrative and not end up in prison. I think this is what's important here.
I need olive oil. Where's the olive oil?
Fantastic. Wow. Look at that. It smells gorgeous.
So on the day as a kitchen, the guys, for what they were asked, was amazing. You know, yeah, we did a full platter of our menu, but that's like 70 covers. You're asking for X amount of burgers, X amount of paninis, X amount of soup, this, that and the other, and you're sending that out to 50 people, and you've got to have enough to feed 50 people. It's a huge platter, you know, it was coming out on 2 big trays. To be able to do that at the level that they were at that time is really, really impressive. So I can't fault them at all. Their work ethic, you know, on that was second to none. That kitchen was hot, it's small.
See you later. Thank you very much. Take care. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
See you later, bro.
All right.
Thanks, Fred.
In the UK, we have 92 prisons, and what we want to do as the Rhine course is open a training restaurant in every single prison so that we can feed the staff and create this great experience for them so that the prisoners cook, the prisoners look after the front of house, and deliver that great experience.
It felt good. It felt good that we'd come together as a team. Once the service had finished and they'd left, we'd done a good job. We all, we would have had a party, but you know how it is.
So after the launch, we have what's called a family day. Jam had his family come in. His daughter was 7 weeks old at this point. Watching him just relax with his kid and his other half was just lovely to see. You know, it was a well-earned break. He grafts a lot and does a lot for the team. But watching him outside of work, you know, interact with his family and just catch up and just chat was really nice to see.
It was a big moment, but obviously she's still very small anyway, so she wouldn't really understand any of this anyway. So I think it was more for myself. Hopefully when I get out anyway, I'll have a job, so I can support her.
So next for Bertie's, in my head, I've got the entire Visits Hall as a full function restaurant. We're on Uber Eats, we're on Deliveroo, maybe not quite that. But yeah, really just taking it to the next level.
We're looking forward to more people coming through and experiencing the great food that is being served here. But more importantly, we're looking for more learners to go through and complete their course and, upon release, secure a job within hospitality.
Hopefully, I could have something similar to Bertie's, like not inside jail, obviously, but like yeah. So like I'll have my own shop. I'll be serving food, desserts, all that kind of stuff.
In a perfect world. When I was younger, I used to think about working on cruise ships, so there's a possibility I might just jump on that cruise ship. Probably do 3 years work, and that'll take me to 45. Don't fancy retiring real late. I want to get done and just get on with my gardening, I think.
One morning, Green King people came in and were chatting. For me, it's exciting because it's different in a different surroundings. Within 2 years, I hope to be a manager, basically. That's my goal. That's what I'm excited about, the chance of progression, being on a ladder, do you know what I mean? Hopefully stepping up ever so, not staying still and being stagnant.
Yes, prisoners removing, you know, those dangerous people off your street, but if you don't reduce that risk of reoffending, if you don't try and rehabilitate, they just get released and they'll reoffend again. One of our core values is making the community a safer place.
Every one of the men that we've got as a prisoner in HMP Lincoln will be released at some point. So every one of them will be going out to live in the local community at some point. So we can either just hope that everything goes well and that they will settle into maybe streets near where we live and will become law-abiding members of society, or actually we can put some work and effort into reducing the chances of them reoffending. So if we can get people help with their accommodation, get them help with their employment, so they've got a job to go out to, etc., If we're able to make a difference with those, then there's much more chance that they will be released from prison and will make a success of leading a law-abiding life. So for me, that's the reason why we want to do it, and protect the public and reduce reoffending. That's why we're here. That's why Lincoln Prison exists. It's why it's existed for the last 151 years. That's our job, and staff embrace that and realise that that's really important.
Prisons have a number of roles to play, and one is about safe custody, and there are certain people who you need to lock up. There is an element, society does want to see some kind of punishment, don't they, for crime? It's a very difficult one to balance. In 100 years' time, people will look back on this era and they will judge us for the decisions that we make. We need to decide, are we going to keep going down this route? Are we going to choose punishment? Or are we going to be radical and try something different along the lines of a reimagined rehabilitative system?
Sound as a pound. Oh.